Hi, it's Ethan Mussolini, and today we are going to talk about life after graduation. So if you're a university student, you are in for a treat who is about to finish. Today's topic: how can I best handle these life changes? Will I find employment? And what about marriage? See, when we talk about handling change, let's remember that life change comes with stress and anxiety. But the key is for you to accept that change is a constant. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to have positive self-talk rather than talking about how the world is coming to an end, how there are no opportunities. You have to tell yourself that it's possible, that things can happen. And don't let anything or anyone discourage you, because just because the economy is bad, just because your auntie abused you this morning, that doesn't mean that you get discouraged. Keep your spirit up and believe that it is possible. When you're handling change, you have to remember that success equals counting your blessings and expecting challenges. So why is that formula important? One is oftentimes people just focus on what they lack and they forget what they have. But the fact that you have an education, the fact that you are alive, the fact that you can listen and understand the English I'm speaking, that alone is a blessing. The fact that you're still alive. And also when you expect challenges, then when they come, they are not a shock. You're like, all right, no problem. I'll overcome this. When we talk about finding employment, you have to plant 200 seeds or more and expect a few to germinate. Not every seed you plant will germinate. Not every application you put in will be approved. So put in as many applications as possible and just know that a few will come through. Now, at the end of the day, remember this: when you plant those few seeds and expect a few to germinate, then it means when you get a no, then you're not distracted. And also to know that it's not about you going knocking on 2 doors, place your 2 applications, and when they don't give you an answer, then you are so worked up. No, it's okay. You'll get some no's, you'll get some yeses. But you see, what I find fascinating is people say there are no jobs, and you ask them how many have you applied for in the last 1 year, and they say, yeah, I went to 3 places and no one gave me a job. Duh. But it's been a whole year. So make looking for a job your full-time job. Stay focused on what you want to achieve and don't give up until you get that job or that opportunity. How about finding employment? Life is what you make it. And of course, you can find a job. That's a belief you must have, and show that you have value based on what you're communicating. And you have to stand out from the crowd. Don't just be like anybody or everyone else. Choose to be the sort of person who looks unique in your smartness, in your behavior, in how you speak. So what about marriage? Well, you could be asking yourself, but I have a university sweetheart, should we get married? Well, there are a couple of things to pay attention to. One, you should never get married for money, but for love. No, don't fear singleness. I mean, take your time until you find the person that you're comfortable with, and not because of length of relationship. You know, there are people who think just because they have been in a relationship for months or years, therefore they have to get married. No. And not because of social pressure, not just because your friends have been looking at things and they have been calling this on you and telling you that you have to get married to someone. That's not the road for you to take. There are some communication skills you ought to pick on. One is eye contact. When you're speaking, always keep eye contact. You have to be audible. People have to hear you, and you have to be smart. Then also remember, when you're communicating, the issue of context is key. In fact, context overtakes the issue of words you use. What's the situation? What's the environment like? That determines everything. And lastly, language. What sort of words are useful in this context? Well, thank you very much. I wish you the very best.